So look, yeah. So I'm out of the indentation. I don't have the indentation over here. So this is something which you need to be very careful about it. Okay, because many a time students often do mistake over here. Now I'm writing if. Usually we write within parentheses, isn't it? Something like what we saw in the last class. Double underscore name, we saw that. And over here, then we wrote double equal to, and then we wrote again underscore underscore mean underscore underscore. We saw this one last week. Python give us one more flexibility, that is we can avoid writing these parentheses. These parentheses, if you want, okay, you can avoid it. So without writing parentheses also it's going to work. If you do like this, still it is going to work. This is also a valid syntax. So many a time you will find that parenthesis is not there. Okay. So let me simply print my name, what I have taken as input. Now my file is auto saved. So it's getting saved automatically. So I don't have to save it separately. So let's come to my command prompt. Python. Since there is only one file, if I press the tab, automatically the file name will come. I hit the enter and it is prompting me to enter my first name. And whatever you want to give as input, you give it, the output will come. So my program is working smoothly. So what new thing we necessary? Yes,
is it necessary to write the if statement?
Yes, otherwise how will you call it? If you don't write this one, if I put a command line over here.
So if you write only main bracket,
and if I write
only
this,
call the function.
Whenever you are writing a function, somebody has to call that function. If I
just write main.
No, this is the standard way of doing it. Python gives us a lot of flexibilities, but again, there are some conventions which you need to remember. What you are trying to say is that I will not write this syntax. Okay, but actually this is not the approach which industry will follow. It will work, but this is not the right approach. If you follow good book, you won't find this kind of syntax. I mean to say this syntax. Obviously, you will find this syntax. Okay, so whatever I'm showing it to you as far as the norm is concerned, that's what I'm showing. Usually people, if you're watching a YouTube video, you might not find this thing, but if you're following any international book, you will find this as the way of execution. And moreover, like these things are new, so we should use these things. Otherwise, what's the point of giving this thing, isn't it? Other programming language, they are not providing us the magic function. Python is providing. So definitely at some point of time, there will be some kind of utilization, isn't it? Okay, so we saw this. Now let's come to the main part of the story. We are taking the input, absolutely fine. We have a function, that is also good. But you know, you already saw in C++ the concept of class. Did you see any C++ program yet?
No, sir, till now we have.
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Then fine. Means there is something called class which you will be seeing very soon. Okay. So today is the first class of this week. Today we will do a little bit of basic kind of programs, and then like on Friday I will start the concept of class in Python. So at this point of time we will work with this. So we saw that the string input is working very fine, and we also saw last class that by default the input is of type string. So if I write type over here, we already seen this one, that is of string type, str, and even class is there, which we talked about last week. So now I just want to do a little bit of basic, few fundamental operations. So let me go to my, let's take a numeric value as input, enter a number, and let's go for a num over here. And since it's a string type, so I have to convert, I have to go for typecasting, and after typecasting I will be getting the integer type. So now if I run my program, so whatever number I will give, that will be of type int. Okay. This approach, this way we have to write our programs. Fine. Now, just to check whether a given number is an even number or an odd number, what we will do? Obviously, decision making will be taken. If, and we already saw that without parentheses also it does work. So let's utilize that style of writing program. If num modulus 2 double equal to 0. If this is so, make sure you will give the indentation. See, expected an indent block because you're writing if, so this line should be within it. Be very careful about this point, okay? This is something what often we make a mistake. Within quote, this is even. Otherwise, come out of the indent, else we'll go for odd. Okay. Now, let's reformat this print statement. Suppose I want to print a statement like this. That is the following number which you have taken as input. 3 is an odd number. If I want to print like this, what should I do? So first I need to take my variable. The statement I want is like whatever input user will be giving, that followed by the statement. So num comma is even number. Over here we are using comma. Over here we are using a comma. So num comma space, otherwise the number will just sit beside one another, is a odd number. Okay, let's run the code. Let's give another number. Yeah, 7 is a odd number. Fine. Anyone having any question? Another way of displaying the output I will show.
So,
Yes.
can we use like the plus sign to?
Can we use?
So the plus sign, like.
Yes, you can also use the plus sign. So instead of writing comma, you mean to use the plus. That's what you were saying. So let's come over here and let's run the program. Yes. Oh, it's giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Because it is unsupported. Unsupported operator type for plus is end.
Yes.
So instead of writing plus, that's what I was trying to say. Instead of writing plus, we will go for another approach. Plus is used for Java. When we use Java, you use plus. But rather writing plus, we will be using another approach. That is curly bracket open, curly bracket close, curly bracket open, curly bracket close. And come out of the quotation, put a dot and then format. There is a function called format. We will continue with this one tomorrow and write down the variable over here, num. This is the syntax, we will go for it. So wherever you want to display the output, which you have taken as input, so there where you will put this placeholder. Okay, this curly bracket open, curly bracket close is working like a placeholder. So over there, it's going to appear format, and then you will provide the number. Fine. Let's run the code now. Yes, it's working without any problem. So this approach, everybody please remember, there is something very different. Usually we don't see it in other programming languages. These are called the placeholders. Okay. So if you want to print two numbers, then you will put this placeholder twice, and similarly the variable within the parentheses should also be written as twice. Like suppose if I want to display 2 plus 3 is 5. If this is the statement I want, okay. So there will be couple of placeholders for printing 2 and for printing 3. So 2 placeholder will be there. Within the format function, we will be writing 2 variables. We will do this tomorrow. Meanwhile, you just take a snapshot of this, and anybody is having any error? Yeah.
Like there will be a comma in between, right?
Say once more.
What would be the separation in between the two variables? We are writing a format.
No, yeah, over here, exactly. Over here, it will be a comma. Suppose over here, number
comma
one.
and then another.
I'm showing it to you. Quickly, I'm showing it.
Yes, sir.
So let me just Control X. I'm removing this one. Let's consider we are taking two numbers as input. N1 let's take it 1. Similarly, Control V. One more variable I'm taking. PWO2. Enter second number. Enter first number. And now let's go for sum of this and this is this. Okay, so let's me just do the sum very quickly over here. Suppose res equals to 1 plus 2. Okay, so now we have got 3 variables. So this is going to be 1, comma 2, comma res. Okay, let's run the program. CLS. First number 10, second number 20. Sum of this and this is this. Section A, anyone is absent? Section A, is there anybody who is not present?
Yes, sir. Auditrika.
Auditrika. Section B. Just for the time being, you have taken this program, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me stop the screen share and I will keep that.